Okay, the song is a little raucous right now. Okay, that's the right thing. That's that. Here comes Deborah. Okay.
If you're not comfortable for me, with me, I'll just even sit and listen,
Why? Why? You're
Okay.
saying to
Okay.
why? What do you mean not comfortable?
Because I'll just modify.
Do you do whatever you got to do? I'm good. I'm giving you a longer strap for today. I brought the long straps. Yes, yes. I gave you the longer one. I don't know. We may need to put two together for you, Damas. You're tall. You're tall. The taller you are, the bigger the loop we're going to need. Yeah. If you have a long strap at home, you guys, for something we're going to try. I had to do that yesterday. There was a tall dude in class yesterday and I had to put two together for him, but it worked. It worked. All right, here we are. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. Okay. Just move where I can see it again. So, all right. So last week, I know all of you weren't here last week, but we were talking last week about attachment. So in the yoga philosophy, we have these things called the kleshas, which are sometimes they're the obstacles to our spiritual path, to knowing our true self, or the afflictions of the human nature, and it's 5 things that are the things that get in our way. So last week we were talking about attachment as one of those things, right? When we cling to something that feels good, when we want to always just be hitting that pleasure button, like the immediate satisfaction button, and so that's one side of it. And the other side of that cycle is how we avoid the things that don't feel good, how we, so plug in whatever that is for you. Having the difficult conversations, for some people, it's on the physical level, they avoid, I have people in my family where I'm having this conversation where it's like, I remember walking with, it doesn't matter who, I was walking with a family member and she was going, my knees are really hurt, my knees are bothering me and I can't breathe. And I'm like, no, you're breathing, you're talking, you're just out of breath. That's what it feels like when you exercise, and she was like, oh, really? It was like, so we're probably not on that level in this room. We're here, we are movers, we're here for a physical practice. So probably not so much on that level in here, but we all have things that we avoid, and they are the things that don't feel good, that we put in the category of uncomfortable or annoying or even like anxiety producing. So I want to talk about anxiety for a minute. Pema Chodron, who is a Buddhist monk, she's written a lot of really wonderful books. I don't know if you don't know Pema Chodron and her work, go get all of her books and read them because she's amazing. And she talks a lot about this exact thing, about how to sort of sit with the challenges that we face, with discomfort. Really what we're talking about is getting a little more comfortable with being uncomfortable. that's sort of what we're talking about here. So she has this to say about this cycle, which I find really helpful. It helps to understand that we don't suffer because of our personal inability to get things right. We suffer because of our resistance to ordinary experience. The reality that life goes up and down and that situations are unpredictable. She says, when we resist emotions, they wear at our psyche. Anxiety is the ever-present reminder of the unfinished business of the emotional body. Let me say it again. Anxiety is the ever-present reminder of the unfinished business of the emotional body. When we resist emotions, they present themselves as anxiety till we pay attention to them. Because anxiety itself is not an emotion. It's not an actual emotion. It's like a byproduct. It's the thing that happens. It's this state of being, this chemical, physical response when we're neglecting the emotions that are arising. Does that make sense? It's the physical body saying, hey, you got to pay attention to something. And until we start paying attention to it, we are feeling anxious. So she uses this example, I'm sad for whatever reason. Maybe you had a loss, lots of reasons to be sad, but I don't want to feel sad. I want to feel happy. So I spend the whole day trying to, feel happy and pretend I'm happy and push down the sadness. And then all of a sudden I'm anxious. because I'm not paying attention to that sadness that's really there. And then all of a sudden I'm really anxious. So then I'm like, why am I anxious? Why am I feeling anxious? And then when you look beneath that and you say, oh, there's sadness there. But when you're willing to just say, okay, I just feel sad, and you're willing to be there with the sad, maybe you cry, maybe you find a friend to talk to, maybe you just lay down and take a nap, maybe you write about it, whatever. Guess what? It passes through, the anxiety goes away, and we move through that cycle so much faster. So that's sort of like a very analytical, psychological way to think about it. But I find it helpful to understand that cycle, and the real way that, the actual way that manifests in our bodies. So the idea is not just like last week where, I can hear whenever I talk about, not clinging to pleasure, I can hear my husband in my ear saying like, why can't we just be happy? Why does it always have to be like an existential crisis, but, and same thing, like, why do we have to focus on the, on the, whatever, on the things that are hard, why do we have to look at that? And we don't, and if things are going great for you right now, please just be there and appreciate it and enjoy it. That's the point, is that, often, we feel the highs really strong, we feel the lows really strong, we feel the happy, we feel the sad, we want this, we don't want this. But the reality is, this is going to happen. But we want it to be like here, right? We were like talking about that a little bit last week, same thing. There's going to be the fluctuations. We just don't want them to be here. So when we get a little more, when we can enjoy the pleasurable things, the joyful things, and just be, appreciate them without clinging to it, when we can be with the challenging things, when we can face them and not avoid them, then we're here. And everything just feels a little bit easier and calmer and more peaceful. We were a little more connected to, and some of that's just stepping out of your own story and your own drama. And we all have those, just remembering that we're part of this bigger picture. All right, that's the thought. So we're going to think about, or just at least acknowledge and be aware of the things that perhaps we are pushing away and resisting and avoiding, and just allow ourselves to be there with whatever that is today. All right, so let's take a good seat, sit up well, and close your eyes. And let your breath deepen a little, and let yourself just soften and settle in. One of the reasons we come together to practice is that, these are just the gifts of embodiment, the highs, the lows, the happies, the sads. And when we come together, we acknowledge that we are all human and we're all doing our best. We come together in community, we understand, we feel the support of community. We understand that we don't have to go at it alone. We don't have to go through it alone. That we can do this work together and feel supported. So as you just soften a little bit in your body, you soften a little bit in your heart and in your mind around thoughts, around emotions, just noticing that they're there. Just open up to the support of your practice and of all who come to practice here together, knowing we are on this journey together. Bring your hands together now in front of your heart. And let's chant 3 ohms to open our practice. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Let your head bow to your heart. Release your hands to your lap. All right, let's switch the cross of the legs. We're going to just sit for another minute, but switch the cross, bring the other leg in front. And then let's just start with a little cat and cow. So inhale, arch, pull on your legs a little bit, pull your chest forward, lift your head, exhale. Let your weight drop into your hands, let your spine round, let your head drop down. Inhale, arch, lifting your chest. Exhale, round. And just feel how both of these actions are necessary, right? We're going from the extreme to the extreme. We want to land back in the middle. But just as healthy attachment is necessary, look, avoidance is necessary, you know? Don't touch the hot stove, right? Good to know what doesn't feel good. One more breath in and out. But again, we want to move to that middle ground. So move to that middle place, right in between those two actions. Come up, sit tall for a moment. We tend to sort of rock back in our pelvis. We tend to let the back collapse. So rock forward a little bit to the front edge of your sitting bones. Draw your low back in. That's it. Draw your shoulders back and just notice what that feels like, that middle place. Then try to maintain your, sorry, I'm trying to keep the mic here. Try to maintain that length of your spine, but take your feet out in front of you like a seated squat. So bring your legs out in front. That's it. And then we're just going to windshield wiper a few times. So drop to the right and then come up and over to the left and just side to side a few times, trying to get your knees to the floor or as close to the floor as you can. Yeah, feet wide apart enough that your knees can come close to the floor, even if they don't touch the floor completely. Okay, now shift, next time you're over to the right, stay here, press your legs down. You can walk your right hand over to the right a little bit and then reach your left arm up. Your hips can stay on the floor or they can lift up. You can do a little arch, a little cow tilt of your spine, opening up the front of the body. Exhale, release your arm, your hips back down if they're up, and then swing your legs over to the left, knees to the side. Good, sweep your right arm up, hips can stay down or hips can lift up. Press down through your right knee, reach your right fingertips, curl your head and shoulders back a little more. Good, exhale, drop your hips back down. All right, come back, come onto your back, have your strap nearby, come lay down onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest. All right, and then one knee in each hand, just do some circles here. Circle your knees away from each other. Make some big circles with your legs. Go way out to the sides, let your knees drop to your hands and pull your knees to your chest. And then go around the other way, big circles. Feel how when your feet go, your knees go forward, the pelvis tips forward. When your knees pull in, your pelvis tips back. Just feel that relationship. Good, then squeeze your knees in towards your nose, hug yourself into a little yoga ball, squeeze in. All right, now drop your left foot to the floor, take your right hand to your right ankle, and then roll onto your your left side, sorry, for a thigh stretch. So you're holding your right leg, you roll to your left side, you rest your head on your arm. So you're on your left side. So hold your right leg with your right hand. That's it, just for a thigh stretch. Right leg, right hand, you're laying on your left side. Okay, now it's just a thigh stretch on your side, not good for the knee. You can hold just underneath your leg, or you can hold or just rest on your side even for a minute. Okay, lift up your knee a little bit. Lift your knee up higher. Good, hug your heel towards your butt as much as you can. That's it. Now keep your heel towards your butt, but start to squeeze your top knee down towards your bottom knee. And then tone your glutes. Feel your sit bones in your pelvis, move them forward. Feel your tailbone. Move your tailbone towards your pubic bone. Tone your belly. Now keep all that, maybe move your knee back a little more if you're looking for deeper stretch. If you're already getting a big stretch, stay right where you are. Okay, roll to your back. Hug your knees to your chest. And then over to the other side. So hold your left ankle with your left hand. Roll onto your right side. Head could rest on your arm. Yeah, don't push it. You don't have to push it. Lift your knee up a little higher. That's it. Hug your heel towards your butt. Yes. Then keeping your heel towards your butt, move your sit bones forward, your tailbone forward slightly, and start to squeeze your top knee down towards your bottom knee. If you're getting a big stretch, stay there. If you're looking for the deeper stretch, keep your tailbone moving forward, but move your knee back a little more. Okay, good. Roll back to your back. All right. Now, on your back, have your arms by your sides, bend up your knees, have your knees over your hips. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Imagine, I'm not going to make you do it, but imagine a block between your ankles. So you're squeezing your legs. Inhale, extend your legs to the sky. Press your feet towards the ceiling. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Exhale, pull your heels to your hips. Inhale, extend your legs out to the ceiling. Exhale, pull your heels to your hips. Yep. Extend your legs as straight as you can. Press up through your heels and then bend your knees. And one more time. Extend as straight as you can and then bend your knees. So take your hands behind your head. Lace your fingers together. Support the back of your neck. Okay, now you can do this next one with the knees bent or with the legs straight. We're going to do a reverse curl. So you're going to bring your knees and your elbows towards each other. Now you can do that with bent knees or straight legs. It's up to you. You're going to lift your hips off the floor, your shoulders off the floor. And then inhale and release back down. And then exhale, squeeze. Knees and elbows together. Inhale and lower back down. And just like that, a few more. Knees can be bent or they can be straight or sort of any version in between. So a little bent or a lot bent. But the action is pulling your navel towards the spine, back to the floor, squeezing your hips and your shoulders up. Do two more. Squeeze up on the exhale. Inhale and release. And last one. Squeeze and release. Good. So if your feet wide apart on your mat now, and just let your knees rest together. Rest your hands on your belly. Yes, you can sort of knock your knees together and just, let your knees rest together. Creates a little broadening in your back. Good. And then take a couple of really deep breaths into the belly, feeling the breath, extend the belly outward, stretch those abdominal muscles that we just contracted. And a long, slow exhale out. And one more deep breath right where you are. Long breath in, opening up to breath, to emotions, to experiences, even the ones that we usually push back against. All right, now you're going to lift your hips and take your hands, palms down, underneath your butt. So you're going to sit on your hands. So not bridge, palms flat, hips on your hands. That's it. Okay, lift your legs back up. Okay, good. Now, tip your pelvis forward so that your back, there's a curve in your spine. So your back is not pushing into the floor. There's a little lift and curve to your spine. If you need to bend your knees a little, that's fine. Now, pull your navel towards your spine. So your spine is lifting up, but your navel is pulling down towards the floor. Okay, now lower the right leg and let it hover over the floor. You can bend the knee, you can do it the knee bent or straight, up to you. Then inhale and bring that right leg up. Exhale, lower the left leg and bring it back up. Okay, do it again. Notice what happens to your low back as you lower your leg. Is your back lifting away from the floor? Try to hold it steady where it is as you lower the leg and as you bring it back up. Try to keep that curve in your spine even. Go side to side a few times. You want to try both legs together, you can do that, but you don't have to go too crazy. It's a Monday morning, All right, yeah, nice guys. All right, finish with that second leg. Okay, and then bend your knees and take your hands out from underneath your hips. All right, find your strap. Take your strap around your right foot or Supta Padangusthasana. Now, start with your left foot, your left knee bent, your left foot on the floor. Put your right foot into your strap. Okay, walk your hands up so that your arms, you're reaching towards your foot. And then get your leg as straight as you can. So even if you've got to bring the leg way out in front of you, get the leg straight, turn the muscles on, your thigh muscles, and really feel like you're extending your leg. Okay, now do a little cat and cow with your pelvis. Arch a little bit and round a little bit, and arch a little bit away from the floor and round a little bit. And then next time you come to the arched position, hold there, extend your left leg to the floor. Now, if you're feeling a lot of pulling at your hamstring attachment, like so right at your sit bone, then do this with a grain of salt, right? Maybe don't, like, keep the curve gentle in your low back. Okay, try to maintain that curve in your spine, but bring your leg in any amount closer. Yeah. All right, now hold the strap in your right hand. Take your left arm out to the left. Push your foot into the strap and press your leg out to the side. Yeah, press it up. You got it. Try to keep your left thigh bone grounding. Stretch both legs as long as you can. Turn on your quadricep muscles, your thigh muscles, to open up the back of your knee. Okay, inhale, bring the leg up. Switch your strap to your left hand. Open your right arm over to the right, and then bring your right leg over across to the left. Keep the leg straight, so you're still pushing your foot into your strap. You can let your hip come up. Yep, that's it. So you're in the twist. Yeah, that's it. Good, guys. All right, one more breath here. And then inhale and bring the leg back up. Good, rebend your left knee. Just take the strap off the foot, but extend your leg. So one more time, just extending your leg towards the ceiling. And then press out through your heel and begin to just extend your leg slowly back down to the floor. And then bring your left leg to meet your right leg. Both legs out straight. And just take a moment to close your eyes and to feel and just notice the shift one side to the other. All right, bend up your right knee. Take your left foot into your strap. And again, walk your hands up. With your right foot on the floor, do a little cat and cow. Again, notice each side is different, right? It might feel easier on this side, it might feel harder on this side. Just notice. Notice if your mind wants to be pushing back against what's happening. So it's not like a no pain situation. You know? It's not like pain for the sake of itself, but it's just being with what is, right? And some things are less comfortable than other things. All right, so land with a little curve in your low back, and then stretch your right leg out straight, trying to keep that curve in your spine. Relax your shoulders. You want to wrap the strap around your hands. That might make it a little easier. And then firm your quadricep, your thigh muscle, firm it. Press up into your strap. Okay, both straps to your left hand. Take your right arm to the right. Press your leg out to the side. Yeah, so hold it in left hand. Hold the strap in your left hand. Like same set, you're going out to the side. So yeah, you're doing your right leg, Hina, so hold it in your right hand, the strap. Yeah, we're going out to the side first. Yeah, you're just on the other side, it's fine. You did the other leg before, right? Good. Get your legs really long. Okay, then inhale, bring the leg up. Switch your strap to your other hand. That's it. Extend your other arm out. Most of us, it's the left arm out, and then the left leg is coming across to the right. Press it over to the side. You can let your hip lift off the floor. Yeah. Keep pushing your foot out into the strap, firming your thigh muscle. One more breath here. All right, inhale and come on up. Okay, let go of this. Actually, bend your, what knee is bending? Right knee bend, left leg up to the sky. And then slowly extend it out long, 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 long back to the floor. Reaching that leg out long, and then bring the right leg to meet it, just so you feel, and just take a moment to feel the balance now. Okay, now prop yourself up onto your elbows. So right where you are. That's it. Good. Bring your legs close together. Make your legs nice and strong. And then push your elbows down and puff your chest up. So come to that anterior tilt, the forward tilt of your pelvis, like a cow tilt. And try to keep that. Bend your knees, bring your knees over your hips. Try to keep a curve in your spine. Yeah, your neck can be in neutral. Have your neck just wherever it feels comfortable. I know this one's tough on the neck. Okay, then we're gonna tap the right foot down and bring it back. And tap the left and then bring it back. And then right and bring it back. And tap and notice how your back wants to collapse. Do 2 more each side. Keep that curve in your spine as you're doing it. Last one each side. Tap, tap. Good. Come back to your back. Rest for a moment. Let your head and your neck rest. All right. Turn your head a little to the right, to the left. Maybe circle around a few times. Draw your chin to your chest if your neck is feeling tired. I know that one's a little tough on the neck. All right, we're going to do a couple more things in that position. Come back to elbows on the floor. Legs nice and strong. So the tendency is to be here, right? Shoulders shrug up, back collapses. So press your elbows down, bring a curve to your low back. Lift your legs again. Good. Stretch your feet as high up towards the ceiling as you can. Stretch your legs as straight as you can. Good. Now pull your heels to your butt. Squeeze them in. And then press up through your heels. Extend your legs straight. Good. And then heels to butt. And a couple more just like that. Keep the curve in your spine. Press up and then squeeze in. Press up and squeeze in. And last one. Press up and squeeze in. Okay, rest for a second. Just give your neck a break. Rest your head for a moment. Again, if you need to do a little turn the head side to side or a little stretch for the back of your neck, you can just lift your head up a little bit. Use your hands to give a little stretch to the back of the neck if that feels good. All right, one more thing to try. Up on your elbows. Low back curve. Knees up. Legs straight. Good. One leg at a time. Lower with the legs straight and bring it back up. And then lower and bring it back up. And if you want to try both legs together, you can try both legs together. Of course, that is the harder version, but if you want to, go for it. Knees can be a little bent, of course, if you need to, but just have this sense of pushing out through your heels as you lower the legs. Try 2 more. Lower and lift. And last one. Lower and lift. Okay, good. Fold your legs. Come up to sit. And just walk your hands out in front. Let your head and your neck release. Maybe turn the head a little side to side again. Just give your neck a little bit of a grace there. All right. We're going to find our way into downward facing dog. So swing your legs around and make your way into down dog. Adho Svanasana. Okay, so as you come to dog, come up with bent knees. Yeah, that's good, Sharon. Good. So bent knees, and then do a little cat and cow in your dog. So with your knees a little bent, tip your pelvis forward, and then tip your pelvis back. And tip it forward. Of course, that's going to be the harder one. Yeah, that's good, Sharon. Just like that. Everybody's good. And then tip back. And do one more, and then hold in that arched position. So you're trying to draw your, press your thigh bones back and tip your sit bones up. Now try to maintain that, stretch your legs a little straighter. Yes, try to maintain that, push your arms into the floor. So you're energetically extending from your heart down through your arms into the floor, growing your arms a little bit longer. Okay, and then walk yourself either feet to hands or hands to feet. We're going to come up to stand. Come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. And exhale. Let your arms release down. Okay, we're going to do a little pelvic tilting work. You guys are like right between. I'm trying to get in spot where I can see both of you. All right, feet close-ish together. If you need a wider base for balance, of course, take a wider base. But if you can go closer, go a little closer. All right, and then poke your hips back towards chair with your hands on your hips, right on your hip points. Find the bony part of your hip so you can feel that. Okay. Now do a little cat and cow here. So tip your pelvis forward, your back will arch, and then tip your pelvis back, your back will round a little bit. Good. And just forward and back. And again, notice which one feels easier to you. And just like these opposite swings of the pendulum towards attachment aversion, one is not better than the other. We want to meet in that middle place. So let the little tilts become a little smaller. Good. And then meet in that arched position. So the pelvis tipping forward a little bit, but at the same time, so your thigh bones are going to press back, your sit bones, your inner thighs are going to widen. Now draw your sit bones down towards your thigh bones at the same time. Push your thighs back, sit bones towards the thigh bones. Inhale, arms to the sky. Just one breath. Hold where you are. Good. Push into your feet, straighten your legs. Reach up. Exhale. Release your arms. Okay, now do it in Tadasana. Hands on your hips. And tip one way or the other. Most of us tend to be here. Thighs forward, right? Rounded, because we're here, we're here, we're here, and all those things. So this is the harder action for many of us. But it might not be. If you have a super flexible lumbar spine, then this might not feel so hard for you, but try, find that middle place. And basically here's some other anatomical markers you can use. You want your hip bones and your pubic bone to be in line with each other. So if I'm tipped forward, my hip bones are forward of my pubic bone. If I'm rocked back, my pubic bone is forward of my hip bones, right? So you want them to be in line with each other like a triangle. The pelvic floor should feel like it's parallel to the floor. So those are some anatomical markers you can use. Feel that middle place. Notice where that is for you. So we just want to be moving towards the middle. Then inhale, sweep your arms up again. Good. And then hinge forward, come into a forward bend. And we'll play with it in this position now. So hands can come onto blocks, of course, if that's better for you. And then try to do a little cat and cow here. If you need to have your knees a little bent, have your knees a little bent. Do a little baby cat and cow. Yeah. And then just land in the middle place. So the sit bones are drawing back and widening. The thigh bones are pressing back, but the glutes are toning, drawing in and down. Let your head and your neck release. Okay, from here, we're going to step the right leg all the way back into a lunge. So left foot forward. So move onto your mat. Yeah, if you need to adjust where you are on your mat, adjust. So we're going to go left foot forward, right knee back. If you need to put padding under your knee, just grab your blanket or fold your mat over. That's it. Okay, then hands up to your hips. Yes, feel your hip bones. And then notice again, so if we're in this position, as we move, this is more of a back bend, the pelvis is going to tip forward a little bit. So we need to draw the sit bones down. We need to draw the glutes down. We need to lift the pelvic floor and the low belly. Inhale the arms to the sky. Good. And then stay as close to neutral as you can, but sit deeper into that front knee. It's going to feel like more of a back bend, but you're resisting and pulling your navel back towards your spine. You're keeping your glutes turned on. Yeah, good, you guys. All right, hands down. Again, you can use blocks here. We're going to come to the hamstring stretch. So move your right hip back over your right knee, slide your left heel out in front. You can put your hands on blocks if it's too hard, if the floor feels like it's just too much of a reach. All right, good. Press your heel into the floor. Press the ball mounds, the base of your toes down and forward like you're stepping on the gas pedal of your car. Good. Then let your spine extend, let your head release towards your knee. If you've got your balance, close your eyes. Open to the feelings, all the emotions, all the experiences. Maybe this is like your favorite stretch. Maybe it's your least favorite stretch, but see if you can find that middle place where you're not resisting it, where you're not clinging to it. You're just being here in the moment. All right, lift your head, shift your weight forward, lift your back knee. Step forward with your back foot. Pause for a moment here in your forward bend, and then we're switching legs, so you can just switch legs, Sharon. That's easier. Yeah. Left leg back. Good. Hands to hips. Come right to those hip points. Use those markers. So it's going to be the hip points forward of the pubic bone, right? So if you pull the tailbone down the pubic bone forward a little bit, you tone your low belly, it's going to move it more into that triangle shape. Then if you want to take the whole thing forward, a little deeper hip stretch, you can do that. A little deeper back bend. Good. And then just be here. Expand yourself into the moment, into this breath, this pose, stretch yourself full into it. Nice. And then hands back down. Let's take the hamstring stretch. So left hip over left knee, right heel out in front of you. That's it. Hands can be on blocks if you need to, that's fine. Press your right heel to the floor. Straighten out, firm the quadricep muscle, your right thigh muscle. Press the ball mounds of the toes gently forward, extend your spine, let your head release. Again, if you've got your balance, you can close your eyes here. As you're expanding into the pose and just letting your body stretch fully into the pose, imagine expanding into acceptance of all emotions, situations, all the people in your life that maybe you make life challenging for you. All right, shift forward, rebend the front knee, lift your back knee up, step forward to the front. Come on all the way up with a nice long spine. Reach up, stretch up. Good, take your hands back to your hips and just see where you landed. So just close your eyes, feel. See if you can feel where you landed and that tilting that we're working on this morning, and just come back to neutral, whatever that is for you. Good, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. All right, now right leg back, right knee up this time. So right knee off the floor. Okay. Now, if you've got your balance, come on up, hands on hips. You need to stay hands on the floor. You can do this with hands on the floor. Good. If you've got your balance, play your pelvic tilting a little. So if you bend your back knee a little bit, it's going to bring your pelvis into that neutral position. So you could do that. Bend the knee a little bit, get your front knee over your front ankle, and then try to press that back leg straight, keeping your pelvis where it is. I know it's not easy. Inhale, arms to the sky, just for a breath. Yes, lovely, you guys. All right, hands back down as gracefully as you can. Then we're going to straighten out the front leg. So again, hands on blocks if necessary. We're going to try to straighten out the front leg. Your blocks can be as high as you need them to. Yeah, maybe take your socks off. I feel like you're sliding. Maybe take your socks off. You're good. All right. All right, extend your legs really long. Both legs really straight and long. Extend your spine out over your front leg. Let your head release. Do it at the wall, Sharon. You can do it like here. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Keep your head up. Yep. Okay. Rebend your front knee and step forward with your back foot. Let's just switch feet, left foot back. Good. So legs squeeze in towards each other. You can stay where you are. If you've got your balance, you can come on up, hands on hips. All right, soften that back knee a little bit to bring your pelvis to neutral. And then staying as close to neutral as you can, press back through your back leg, straighten it out. Inhale, arms to the sky for a breath. Yes, good work, everybody. That's it. And then slow release down, hands to floor or blocks, and straighten your front leg. That's it. Both legs as straight as you can. We're in like a longer version of Parsvottanasana, just giving a little more stretch to that back leg. Get your legs as straight as you can. Turn on those thigh muscles, quadricep muscles, to open up the backs of the knees. And then just let your spine spill over, extend over. Really, on both sides of the equation, we're talking about getting comfortable with uncomfortable situations, whether it's a yoga pose or a difficult conversation with your kid or your spouse or whatever. It's getting comfortable with discomfort. All right, rebend the front knee. Step forward to the front of your mat. Come on, all the way up to stand. Reach and stretch up tall. Good, exhale, release your arms. Find your way just to neutral, to Tadasana. Just be here for a moment. Okay, and we're going to turn and face the long edge, and we're going to step wide on our mat, facing the long edge. That's it. All right, pivot on your right foot. Turn your right foot out, turn your left foot in just a little bit for Trikonasana. So right foot out, so facing this way. Yeah. And line up right heel to left instep. That's it. Stretch your arms out long. All right, good. Get your legs really long. Get your arms really long. And then reach out and over. Take your hand down onto your shin, your ankle, the floor, whatever you can reach. Stretch your top arm to the sky. Good. Now firm your thigh muscles even more. Open up the back of your knee even more. That's it. Maybe take your top shoulder back a little bit more. Push down into your feet, come on up. Release your arms, going to the other side. So turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Good, get everything really reaching out really, really long, and then hinge over, triangle pose. Trikonasana, hand wherever it lands. Both legs straight. Get that front leg as straight as you can. Yeah, there you go. The whole idea is get the back of the knee open. Stretch up to your top finger, stretch down through your bottom arm, make your limbs, your arms, your legs even longer right where you are. Good, push down into your feet, come on up. Turn your feet to parallel, hands on your hips. That's it, and then hinge forward. Go wider, Dawn, if you can with your legs. Go a little wider, is that okay? Hinge forward from your hips, folding between your legs. You can use blocks for your hands here if they don't quite make it to the floor. Going wider with your feet also makes it easier to reach the floor. That's it. Let your head and your neck soften. Keep extending long through your legs. Make a connection. Feel a connection from your sit bones to your heels. So the whole back of the leg is opening up, stretching open as you're walking your hands back a little bit more. Make that connection from sit bones to heels. The legs just really extending out long. Good, then walk your hands forward. Lengthen your spine again. You can bend your knees a little bit here and then come on all the way up. Reach up. Exhale. Release your arms, step your feet together. Okay, good. A couple more standing poses. Face the front of your mat. Have a runway behind you. We're going to step back into warrior one. So right heel, right foot back, right heel down. Good. Hands on your hip points. Bend your left knee. Turn your hip points forward, and then feel how again the pelvis wants to tip forward a little bit, right? So draw the tailbone down, draw your glutes in and down, draw your pelvic floor, your pubic bone up. Bend into your front knee a little deeper. Keep all that. Inhale your arms to the sky. Good. Nice, you guys. And then extend energetically from your pelvis down into the floor. Grow your back leg longer, bend your front knee a little deeper, and then extend your spine a little taller. Arms and fingers a little taller. Good. Release your hands. Step in a footprint with your back foot. The legs a little bit closer together, hips still facing forward. Good, both heels down, hold opposite elbows behind you. Yeah, or hold hands, whatever works. Hold something back there. Okay, roll your shoulders back. Good, and then with a long spine, hinge forward. So you're moving your belly towards your thigh. Really engage that front leg quadricep, your left thigh, pull it up towards your belly as you pull your belly down towards your thigh. It's gonna help with your balance and with keeping your legs nice and steady. Keep your gaze lifted, looking forward. Try to have that sense of tipping your pelvis forward even as we're coming forward. Okay, now if you're feeling wobbly, just stay right where you are. If you've got your balance, you can slowly let your head round towards your knee. You can look back towards your back foot. Good, 2 deep breaths right where you are. Keep that front thigh firing, stretching long. Good, then look forward, push to your feet. Come on back up. Remember which arm was on top because we're going to switch to the other side, okay? I didn't tell you which one to do. I'll try to remember which one was on top when we go to the other side. All right, left foot back, right foot forward. Warrior one. So nice long stance, start hands on hips. Bend into the front knee, turn the hips to face the front edge of your mat so that left hip wraps around, and then move towards neutral. So we're trying to do it with the back leg straight now. Tailbone down, pubic bone up, low belly lifting, arms to the sky. Good. Now, maybe sit a little deeper into that front knee. Try to keep your pelvis in that neutral position. So the spine is reaching up and out. That's it. And then be here. And as the sensation in the legs builds a little bit, just hold steady to your breath, hold steady in your heart. Exhale, release your arms, step in a footprint. Try to remember which arm was on top, put the other one on top. Good, wrap that left hip to face forward. So it's gonna wanna open out to the side, try to have the hip points facing forward. Good, and then rest your arms right in that lumbar curve. So we're in a little bit of a back bend here. Then as you're hinging, try to keep that back bend as long as you can. It's gonna start to round and that's okay. But we're gonna get a deeper hamstring stretch if we're firing the thigh and we're tipping the pelvis forward as we come into the pose. So you'll hit resistance, you pause, you take a breath. If you're wobbly, stay where you are. If you can take your head to your knee, go on, take your head to your knee. 2 deep breaths right where you are. Good, and then look forward, lengthen, push into your feet and come on back up. Nice, you guys. All right, step that back. Okay, so now we're gonna do something fun with our straps. Hopefully you guys have a strap at home. If you don't have a strap, it's fine. You can obviously do this without a strap, but gives us a little refinement. So I've got a giant loop. Watch what I'm doing. I'm putting my whole body into the loop. So my feet are going in the loop, and then it's going around my shoulders. So you can adjust. You can make it a bigger loop or a smaller loop. If you have a smallish strap at home, this might be harder. Okay, watch. This is where I'm heading. I'm going to go into Navasana. And then we can hold and work on refining here. So not on your neck, around your shoulders. Just put your arms to it. It goes behind your back, but put your arms to it. Yeah, make it longer if you need to. Yeah. Make it as long as you have, big a loop as you need to. Yeah. Just kind of perfect. That was just gonna hang out. All right. Then, so if you need to stay with bent knees, if the hamstrings are just gonna be here, you're gonna be here, right? You could start with hands on the floor. All right, how are we doing at home? Legs pushing out into the strap. That's it. Push your feet forward and then see if you can rock forward a little to your sit bones. Yes. Believe it or not, this is the easier version, I think. I don't know. If you got tight hamstrings, it's probably not all that easy. Yeah. How's it go? Stephanie, I don't know where you have the strap. Is that around your, can you get it around? It's not long enough? No, okay, that's fine. You're doing it with that. All right, good. Bend your knees. Okay, if you're still in your loop, we're gonna come to Paschimottanasana. So press your legs out straight. Yes, it's gonna pull on the shoulder blades, so you can do all of this without a strap, obviously. Extend your legs, push your legs forward. And then feel how the strap is pulling your chest forward a little bit. So you're in that extended spine position. So this is like stage 1 of a forward bend. We stay in a back bend. Feel your sit bones lifting, moving back, your thigh bones pressing down. Okay, now you're gonna hold the strap, or hold your feet, of course, if you can reach your feet. And then the strap will just go slack. Let your head and your neck soften and round. Stage 2 of your forward bend, you let the whole spine round. That's it. Hold your strap or your feet. You're still pushing your feet forward, extending your legs out long. All right. You can take the strap off your feet and come on back up. All right, set the strap over to the side for now. Okay, we're gonna try one without the strap. So let's hold the back of the thighs. Let's do it that way. Lift, tip forward to the front edge of the sit bone. So come into that cow tilt, pull your shoulders back. Then just rock back enough that your feet come off the floor. Now imagine you have the strap. Extend your legs as long as you can. Straighten them out. Try to stay forward on the front edge of your sit bones. Yep, you might just stay there, or you might let go for a moment, try to balance and breathe right where you are. Okay, and release your legs back down. Good, do a little windshield wiper with the legs. Well done, very good, you guys. Okay, so let's do one more thing while we're sitting here. Let's just do a cradle, a little hip release. So hold your right leg. You can hold like this. This is one option, hold here. You can do a little scoop. You can can rest in your elbows. Any of those options works. Try to stay relaxed. So do it like this, hold. Yeah, and hold your knee, go to the outside. Good, so you can relax in your shoulders. That's it. And then just do a little rocking. Yep, rolling around. circling around. That's it. Okay, now keep holding. So whatever your left elbow is doing, your left hand is doing, just stay there, but release your right hand up to the right. Lean onto your hip. That's it. And then roll, yeah. And then roll on your hip a little bit. That's it. Yeah. Use the weight of your body. So often I'm telling you, like, resist gravity, like pull up a little bit, but like let gravity work for you here. Like let the weight of your body just sort of massage out those hip muscles. I know. Not without sensation. Okay, good. And then come on up and switch legs. So we'll start holding the knee. Do a little rocking. Yep, you can hold, you can scoop, you can cradle, any of those options works. Do a little circling around. Yeah, that's it. Keep your foot active, your ankle active. So it just fires up those muscles below the knee, keeps the knee a little more stable as we open up the hip. Knees like to take the brunt of it. Okay, now keep holding with your right elbow or hand, whatever you're doing there. Take your left hand over to the left. Yes, do some rocking, ironing out. I know. So notice even how your body wants to resist against it and tense up, right? So if that's happening, that might be an indication you're pushing a little too far, right? So maybe ease out of it a little bit. Move to a spot that doesn't feel quite so intense. And then maybe ease back into the more intense spots as things loosen up a little. Because we're doing this to loosen it up, right? So if you're doing it and your body's like tightening up and saying no thanks, then that's not going to help, right? Not going to help to loosen things. All right, do we feel even side to side? This side is way tighter for me. I don't know about you guys, but this side is way tighter. All right, come on, back up. Okay, come lay down to your backs. All the way down. I'm going to turn the lights off for you. All right. Come lay down. Yeah, if you need support underneath your head for your neck. All right, let's take one more cool down here. So knees to chest. Do some circles. So we started here. We did this at the beginning. Just feel your legs, your hips, just noticing the shift from the start of the practice in your body, perhaps and how you're feeling about your body. All the things. All right, reach between your feet, catch the pinky edges of your feet for Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Yeah, you can hold your ankles or your feet if you like to do a little rocking. You can do a little rocking. It feels better to just hold. But here's what I want you to try is to draw your knees down, but lift your back up away from the floor. It's not going to lift away from the floor, but do that tilting action of the pelvis so you're getting a deeper stretch through the hips. All right. One more breath where you are. And then begin to extend your legs out, arms out, moving towards Shavasana. So if you're in the category of people that's like, all right, I tolerate the rest of yoga, so I get to do Shavasana, then just, enjoy. That's fine, be there. If you are in the category of people that's like, wow, I could just come here and do the stretches, but why are you going to make me lay here? And then my mind's going to go crazy and blah, 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 because, that happens too. See if you can let yourself be with that feeling, with that sense. Maybe perhaps dig a little deeper. Try to understand where that boredom or anxiety, why that is arising for you as your body just settles and relaxes. Just let your whole body release and soften. Let all the places that you tend to hold tension or tightness, jaw, the shoulders, the neck, the hips, all the places, let them go. Soften. Then just see where the mind cycles back to. See what thoughts want to come up. And without judgment, just notice them. Pay attention to them. And just let them go. Come back to the breath. Come back to a still and steady place inside. Gently now, allow your breath to deepen. Let the awareness begin to rise back to the surface. Allow your body to stretch, move, reawaken in whatever way feels good to you. Make your way to your side and slowly back up to seated. So when we feel that sense of resistance, of trying to avoid something, a feeling, an emotion, an experience, often that moment that we want to leave is the moment that if we can stay, that intimacy opens up, whether that's with ourselves or with another. When we can sit through that moment of discomfort, of cringiness, as my kids would say, we can stay with it. We can stay with ourselves, with that other person. We can stay in it. We're going to move through it that much quicker. We can appreciate the pleasures in life without clinging, and we can bear the difficulties without avoiding them. We move to that middle place where everything's just a little calmer, a little easier, a little more graceful. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's close together with an Om. If you'd like to join, taking a deep breath. Om. Namaste. Thank you all. Hope you have a great day. Great.
Thank you.
Friends. Good to have you guys back. Good to see you too, Steph. But I haven't seen Kat and Heidi, so welcome back to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Good to see all of you. All right. Be well.